Welcome back, Panther fans. I didn't get the title right again this time. I'm David Brown here with Ryan Graham.
Yeah.
Tim Thurber.
Hello.
And this is State of Atlanta. Welcome back, guys.
Hey.
Video issue there on the stream, but really didn't have to say anything about it because the podcast listeners wouldn't have cared or noticed. But yeah,
probably not. Sorry, I was running a little late. I had some training today, so
some learning.
Yeah.
Were you learning what sit or roll over? What were you learning tonight?
Safe.
Uh-oh.
It's an interesting class.
Yeah, I don't know where to go with that at all. But
yeah, I'm not really sure.
Tim knew where to go.
Welcome back, guys. Yeah, so I didn't get a chance to really. I did watch the Carolina game, the Coastal game on Thursday, but I didn't get to watch the App State game. It doesn't really matter. We won both of them, which is all that really matters. I was a little boozed up watching the Coastal game. It looked like a pretty sloppy game that we ended up walking away with a win. But then you guys got to tell me all about App State because I got to catch like the last, I think, maybe 2 minutes of clock time on that game.
I don't think I watched it.
Fantastic. I thought you watched it.
Maybe I watched part of it. I don't know. I might have commented on it. Doesn't mean
it was a very chippy game.
With the Appy State game?
Yeah, the App State. What am I supposed to call them? The Wineries? I think they're fans because they're a bunch of whiners.
Yeah, something like that.
All throughout the game, they just kept booing everything and wanting calls.
They've been good at basketball for like half a minute, and now they think they're like the be all end all to the basketball program or basketball conference. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Yes,
you need some beer, David.
I do need some beer, but this vodka's messing me up. I need some vodka to sober me up. Yes, but didn't we get a pretty big lead on Appy State early on in that game? Like a big, I went back and watched the highlights of both games today, and I want to say we got like a 13, 15 point lead on Appy, and of course, still we're only managed to win by 9, which is great, but it's not the 13 or 15 that we could have had.
We were up by 12 at the half, I think, and we kind of just maintained. I think we went up by 15 or 17 at one point, maybe, and then they pulled it back down. But like if you broke the game into 5-minute segments or 2.5-minute segments, really there was just one segment where we didn't outscore them or at least keep it even.
I don't think we ever trailed in that game either.
We didn't. We led all the way through.
This is a team we lost 3 out of 4 against last season and lost the matchup earlier this season. So I call that improvement.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ryan like chipping in there with a lot of information.
Yeah.
Yes. You're correct.
Absolutely.
Go ahead,
Tim. Not me.
No,
all right, I'm gonna go.
You go first. You go this time. All right.
So I think we're playing really sloppy, but it just turns out it's good enough. It's sort of like our football program, and hopefully it turns out like that, and we just win a bunch more games.
I think we're playing a combination of slappy and sloppy because our defense is playing very slappy. We're getting the ball out, we're getting the turnovers, and then our offense is playing very sloppy and not able to score points when we get the turnovers. So it's a game of slappy and sloppy.
Slaps and slops.
I mean, I think our defense continues to improve game by game. We're making less and less mistakes, which is forcing obviously our opposing teams to continue making more mistakes. We're getting more turnovers. I mean, they had 15 turnovers in the game. We had 12 ourselves. I think offensively we're struggling still. Like we're not shooting very well. We're under 35%. 3 points are going the wrong direction. We're under 20% in that game. But free throws, my friends, keep winning us everything. Almost 90%. That's unheard of for Georgia State basketball.
Yeah, I don't know this world that we're living in right now. But I was going to say that it seems like Jalen Thomas started to figure out what he's doing out there in the basketball court and was getting some shots to drop. So
they love Jalen. That's all I have to say.
Who's they?
Appy State loves Jalen.
Oh. Their announcers are enthralled with Jalen Thomas. I mean,
I know that you were watching the game, Ryan, because that's what you were saying in the group chat was that how much the announcers love Jalen Thomas.
Well, it was during the Coastal game. It's how much they love us. They just would not stop saying that like nobody wants to play us right now because we're just beating everybody and blah. Like I was just like I just I've not been impressed with the team, but I guess in Sunbelt terms, we're better than everybody else right now, so I'll take it.
I thought they didn't want to play us because they were scared we'd give them COVID.
Oh boy.
Well, maybe every team is scared, and that's why we keep. Every team that plays us has their worst shooting night ever. It just seems to be this trend for every single game.
Well, that's the defense. The defense is that good right now.
Good defense, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but thank God because we're not shooting that great. I think I saw we're averaging like less than 70 points a game or something, 60, 70 points a game. That's ridiculous. That's horrible for a Georgia State program.
Oh yeah, I mean our offensive shooting outside of free throws is atrocious. Like it'll lose us a game if we don't play stellar defense. Which I'm not saying we're playing stellar defense, but we're definitely playing a lot better than probably the rest of the Sun Belt right now defensively overall.
Well, the defense is the one thing that I feel like that I've seen all season that's been consistent. The defense and getting turnovers has been really, really good, especially when Sosami came back. And how was he in the game? Because when I was watching the highlight videos that Georgia State puts on YouTube, I didn't see a lot of Sosami like in the highlight reel until late in the game. Was he getting minutes or was he getting some time out there?
Oh no, he got minutes. He played 28 minutes in this game. He's 1 for 6, 2 for 2 free throws. He's the energy ball. Like he brings something different that makes the team play better.
Oh yeah, for sure, no doubt about it. He's the leader on the team, as far as I can tell. He's the only
rebounding leader, definitely in that game.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Double-digit rebounds for Sosame, which you should expect, and that's what we were missing. Honestly, a big piece. Teams were getting offensive rebounds more so than they are now because we now have a presence, in the paint. So
right.
We did get to see a 5-point play. Y'all missed that.
Tell me
good old-fashioned 5-point play.
What's that?
Well, you get fouled, hit that shot. Then their coach goes insane and gets a technical foul.
Nice.
So you get 2 more points there, and then you take your last free throw, which was delayed significantly because of the technical foul. So not only were their fans riled up and their students, but their coach as well. Like it's just the whole thing. I guess because they were just used to winning, and then we come in there and just kind of we don't manhandle them, but we handle them. We show them who's boss. Essentially,
from our State of Atlanta chat, it sounded like a couple of our players were kind of mouthy as well, which is I'm all for it. I liked Ryan Harrow and those days, right? Is that right? Ryan Harrow was he? No, he was.
Ryan Harrow would definitely.
There was another one. Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Devontae White, you're thinking of?
Maybe. I don't know. I like that as long as you don't get caught. Just.
We got caught. We bounced the ball off the player's head, and apparently you can't do that.
You can't do that.
No. Well, the player basically made a shot. He got fouled, and then their player, I don't even know who it was on their team, started screaming something, jawing in front of Corey Allen, and Corey didn't take to it too well and lost his composure and bounced the ball off his head.
That's what you got to do. You got to say like nasty things about their mom under your breath so that they like throw the ball at you and get teed up. It's their fault. They did it.
It seems like the easiest thing to not get a foul for, but in the heat of the moment when your adrenaline's running, you're pumped up and everything, it's hard to hold back. But man, stuff like that, that's what you should expect your opponent to get messed up with. Not you should be able to have that kind of reserve to not do it. But I get it. I get it. Even in like the rec league sports I played in, I did stupid stuff because I got pissed off at something. Yeah, heat of the moment. But got to try to control it, I guess. So
yeah,
I kind of wish I would have seen the game, but I was at a wedding. I was at a wedding that on the Friday, the rehearsal was 72 degrees and beautiful outside on this outdoor, like over this water and everything. Beautiful, gorgeous. And then the temperature dropped. The high of 51 was hit at 2:00 in the morning that day. It was like in the 30s and windy while we did this outdoor wedding. And I was missing the Georgia State Appy State game to be standing outside in the cold.
Yeah. Sounds like a deal.
I made it into
No.
the reception and put my phone on the table and pulled up ESPN Plus, and I caught the last 2 minutes of I think it was the last 2 minutes, maybe it was the last minute of a game clock. So, and I was like,
You thought we were gonna lose, didn't you?
oh yeah,
Didn't you?
I put this on, which means we're going to lose the game because now that I'm watching it, we're going to lose the game. And half of me, well, all of me wanted to win the game, but half of me was okay if we lost because then I could say that Tim was wrong about saying that we were going to win both of these games. You got it right, man. Tim called it. We won both the games.
I'm 5 of 6 too, just like the team.
Well, when you say that you're going to win every single game, you're going to be just like the team.
I don't always say we're going to win, though. I actually do feel like we continue improving, and that's why I say we're going to win. Yeah. If I saw something different, I would have said, "Nuh-uh, we're going to only take 1 or 2 here."
Are you ready to predict that we're going to win out the rest of the regular season?
No.
Yeah, we're not playing that well.
ESPN is.
Yeah, well, ESPN's wrong.
We are favored. So we've got was just the 3 games left, right? Or the 4 games left. We have the trash down south here, and then we have the Louisiana schools coming in next week, and we're favored by like, what is it? Something ridiculous, like almost 80% chance of winning, maybe 75% chance of winning against trash down south this Thursday, and then it drops to like.
Yes, is on Thursday.
Yeah,
man,
trash
I got
Thursday.
Training.
Yeah, more of your
safe.
Yeah, speak, beg.
Safe scrum
safe word.
Do you need to teach a dog how to beg? I feel like my dog just kind of figured that one out on their own.
Yeah, but he. I don't even remember your dog.
They're both she. Everything's.
She's very annoying about it, though.
Everything in my house is female.
Right.
Everything in my house besides myself. So.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully, it sounds like we're gonna have a good crowd. They're not doing the pack event to Ben's much pleasure. So
all his fault.
Well, that's why I'm not going. Really, it's not because of my training. It's because I only want to go to pack events.
I'll tell you this: it's gonna be like 72 degrees outside on Thursday, so we'll have a good G-Deck time.
Nice.
There's a call for rain, but it's been dropping. There's like a 70% chance, it's down to 50% chance, and worst case scenario, we go down a level. But I'm trying to think of something to like the smoker to bring out there. The pulled pork went over well last time.
Yeah, it did. I agree. That was awesome.
I think they should have they should give everyone, just bring them a bag of beer at the game.
Well, that beer, they don't even pay for that beer themselves. It's all sponsored beer. And the sponsor comes and drinks with us anyways. Thanks to Max Wine and Beer.
As per usual. Thanks, Mac.
Yes, always.
As always.
But I'm kind of bummed. So we have 3 of the last 4 games are going to be here at the sports arena, and those are our last 3 games in the sports arena. And there's not been any talk about promoting this at all. There's been nothing all season. We've not seen anything about the last season. Do something.
I think on the last game, you just take a piece of the sports arena with you. You just take a piece of the floor.
I'm taking 1 step of the escalator with me, and I'm gonna.
Jesus.
Or maybe I can take the entire escalator, and that's how I can actually get up and down into the studio down here, and back then up to the house. I can put an escalator in my house.
Marketing has been a pretty consistent complaint of ours through the years. I mean, since 2010, when we started paying attention to the program, it's like they've never quite figured it out ever. So,
do you think that we'll even let anybody know we're in a new arena next year?
I mean,
no. People will show up. People will show up to the sports arena.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm imagining. People from the sports arena, they'll probably still have the same little placards out there that says "Game Day Today."
Yeah. Nobody even tells the student interns or whoever does that.
No idea. They'll have no idea. Yes, I'm kind of bummed out because I think that this Thursday should be a big turnout, a big big ta-da. And then obviously when we play Lafayette in that very last game, which they moved out, I found out that it's not just that Georgia State moved their last 2 games from Thursday to Wednesday and Saturday to Friday. The conference moved all the games.
Oh, I wonder why.
So all the games are on Wednesday and Friday. I think there may be 1 Thursday game, but I think all the games moved from Wednesday to Friday.
Is it to just allow more rest between like COVID days between the end of the season and the playoffs? Or
the only thing I can think is has something to do with about giving an extra day for the conference tournament, but that's like well over a week later.
That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
I have no idea. But
Sunbelt's just a bad conference. Yeah, they just make weird decisions, bad ones.
Have they fixed the website, David? That's the big question.
I didn't go check. They're so unreliable. I do go there for the standings. I feel like they should have the most accurate.
they have that
standings.
But we
right?
know they don't, right? We already know that they
I
don't
know
actually.
they don't. They had Coastal ahead of Georgia State in football at the end
Yeah.
of the season, and we know that Georgia State had the tiebreaker.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So
So
I don't even know why you do that. I mean, that's the whole. That's what I was thinking when he asked if you've been back to the site. It's like, wow, why would you? If it's always wrong.
Because he loves it.
so Matt, well, I know I didn't do a lot of prep today. Matthew says that they have been doing highlights of great moments in the sports arena during timeouts all season.
That's
Well,
true.
good.
Yeah, that's true. But I kind of am talking about like as far as using the end of the sports arena as a reason to come out one last time in the crappiest basketball arena of all D1 sports. But
Get
Oh,
Autry to
it's
write a
not that
piece,
bad.
right?
what's that, Ryan?
Get Autry to write a piece. Put some stuff up on the board outside the stadium. You know, both
Yeah, I mean,
stadiums.
has there been anything at all that has let anybody know? I guess so. Yes, what Matthew said about the video, but like as far as promoting the games, there's nothing about this being the end of the sports arena.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
and that video should happen, and I'm glad it's happening. So like, I won't count it against them, but like, there is more to do than just advertising to the few number of people who show up to the games already.
I was gonna say, that being said, do you think that anybody that would get an email or see a Twitter post would really care to come back out of the sports arena just because it's the end? The
Yeah.
ones that know are probably already the ones that are there. I don't know.
They could have
But-
done some events around it though, and then made multiple emails because I feel like they only do one, right? But it's a big enough deal that they should be pushing it hard. I don't know.
Well,
Seems like a missed opportunity.
hopefully they will push
Yeah.
very hard on the Convocation Center opening up, spend the entire offseason.
Yeah.
Hopefully we actually end the season with a reason, give them something to promote. Winning the conference, making it to
Yeah.
the tournament, something like that.
No pressure.
Well, and
Well,
the
then-
good
and
news
then we
is
have
our
tech.
athletic department does do a really good job pushing some of the bigger, like when we play some of the bigger programs. And so Georgia Tech coming to open the Convocation Center, I think will probably light a fire under their ass. And they typically do a good job marketing those types of games. So
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. So
Will it be our first sellout in the Convocation Center?
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, so what is it? 8,000? Is it 8,000 seats total, or is it 8,000 for basketball? Because I know they have extra seats when they do, like
Does that-
graduations and events or other events,
Is that including the ceiling?
hanging from the rafters or whatever. Yeah, there's no real extra room up to the ceiling. It's like maybe you can watch from the glass doors outside or the glass windows outside. That would actually be kind of cool.
I think
I
we
guess-
should destroy the sports arena, Matt.
Oh yeah, so was he saying? But they aren't destroying the sports arena. I think they would do your pieces.
They can rebuild. Come on.
Well, no, but aren't we? I mean, the wood, right? I mean, could take that.
That
What
would
are
be a
they
good
put-
idea.
I guess they're doing volleyball, right?
Yeah,
They're
they're
doing
doing
volleyball.
volleyball.
I don't know. Would you change the flooring out? Obviously, you take the basketball striping out, but would you take the flooring? I have no idea.
I don't know what a volleyball floor is supposed to be.
Do we have enough
Wood.
people to justify cutting up the floorboard into pieces and selling them?
There'd be
I don't know.
probably some big pieces.
Yeah.
You get half of like the free throw area.
Exactly.
Put that up on the wall behind you, David.
For
I mean,
$350.
key things like the lefties wording, stuff like
Mm.
that. You can
Well,
probably
yeah, when
take that
Tim
up
said
and
that-
put some.
When Tim said that with the lefty thing, I was thinking if I could get like that whole chunk that says lefties court and then put that right behind me here, that'd be kind of
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should just ask for it. See if they'll just give it to you.
Bring your saw to the game.
Exactly. Yeah. Like go in there and get the metal detector and be like, sorry, I promise I won't plug this in until the game's over. Just circular saw, go start cutting the flooring out.
Ooh, Matt wants some pegboard. That pegboard's hot. We need to transport that out into the Convocation Center.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Just
So
kidding. It's 8,000 seats, though. That's a lot of seats to fill.
it's a lot of seats. So right now we're under 4,000 and our sellouts have been like 3,200 or something.
Maybe
to
we'll have
get-
curtains for the upper deck.
Oh, and the hang down. No. Maybe the camera angle will be the correct camera angle to show the full seats.
They've
What do
only
you think? What do
had how many years to figure that out?
I was gonna say, what do you guys think the chances of that are? Because I would say that it's probably not gonna be correct.
if I were a betting man, and I am, I feel like if given two options and one is the right way and the one is the wrong way of doing it, I'm betting on the Georgia State doing the wrong way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That is the state way.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I am corrected. It's 7,500 seats, so we're definitely going to sell it out now.
No.
Oh yeah, yeah. 8,000, no way in hell. 7,500, easy peasy.
Hell
Done.
yeah!
I'll do that myself.
Well, people standing outside at 7,500.
Easy.
I think it's 8,000 when they put seats on the court for like a commencement or something.
We'll have window
Oh.
seating.
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna say like courtside, and I was like, they put 500 courtside seats.
500 courtside. The players actually have one lane to run back and forth.
Nice. Nice.
It's nowhere near
it's
the
more
basket.
boring, but you can put more people in the stadium.
Exactly. And what the players have to watch out when concessions come by. They've got to take a pause so somebody can get their nachos, their $1 nachos.
I just want to know what fun club area we're going to get for being PAC members. That's all I want.
Yeah, it'll be across
With
the street,
booze.
and that hotel is being converted. We dug through that that floor plan. There's not a lot of room for any kind of like club pack area.
Just that one
Yeah.
area. It's going to
Look
be.
at-
They
look at-
promised.
Well, okay. Once again,
They also promised you alcohol sales at Center Park.
we got that. We have alcohol sales.
Center
at
Park
Center
has
Park.
alcohol.
No, I mean spirits. Like
Oh,
you say they're gonna have hard
Oh, yes.
liquor.
It was supposed to be
Yeah.
coming. Yeah, that didn't happen, did it? I killed those brain
No,
cells.
they lied to you.
Man, people lie to me all the time. I have two.
They count on you not remembering.
I have two daughters. I get lied to all the time. I'm used to it. When somebody tells me something and it comes true, I'm like, wow, that's not my life. So, anyhow, Trash Down South coming in town. They're on a 3-game losing streak. Obviously, the Panthers are doing good. They're bottom of the barrel. They're 11th out of 12 teams. Out of 12 teams, Ryan. 12.
Who's in last right now? Was it
Little Rock?
Little Rock?
Teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little Rock tends to be a lot better of a team, so I'm kind of surprised to see them down there. But
They're sad they're leaving. They're just not playing up to their standard.
if we can't play in Sunbelt, why are we even playing at all?
That's right. They're just a bunch of sad dads.
Sad dads.
So you've done the research, right? We can still get in the top 4.
Yeah, we can actually.
Top 3?
If I did the math correctly, and this was just looking at the current win-loss records and what ESPN projects on win-outs. If we win our games, which we are projected to win these last 4 games, and if you just pick the teams that are winning, projected to win out by ESPN, we could end up as high as 3rd place.
Wow.
Which doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter if you're 3rd or 4th or whatever, because it's all just 1 round bye. 1 through 4 get 1 round bye. And then you have the rest of your teams play that first Thursday. The Friday's off for everybody. And then we would play whatever game we'd get at whatever seeding we are. So, yeah, I think it's very important. Obviously, it's always important to beat the Trash Down South. But,
no reseeding in the conference tournament. Just seed you go in is what you're at.
That's what it's about. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter because it's 1 through 4 all get that first round bye. There's no second round bye. So it's all 1 through 4 get their first round bye. So yeah.
I was talking about like who wins in the first round if they reseed based on whatever.
I don't care. It's Sun Belt. We're all not that far off from each other.
It's all the same. It's a crapshoot. Just throw the dice.
Exactly. Even when you look at like the rankings, they show such a far difference, like the RPI or the net rankings, and they have like a significant difference. I'm like, yeah, it's still pretty close in the Sun Belt. There's just so many teams that are in between them. So, but yeah, so something to play for sure. It's definitely something to play for. I did not think we have a chance for a first round bye. So it's something to play for.
Not the way we played like the first 3 quarters of the season. I mean, like, the hell.
Hey,
It's
we
crazy.
played those D2 teams really hard.
That's right. Yeah.
They stood, and they're twice as good as us because, like, if we're 1s and they're 2s, that's twice as good. 2 times 1.
Yeah, it took
All
me
right.
a second. I did not understand the joke.
All right, that joke wasn't good, but I did see something else that's kind of funny when I was looking at the ESPN rank, like percentages or chances for win. They have like this team at this team this time, and then like tickets starting at. And so they had tickets for this game on Thursday on the resale market starting at $38 for
Wow.
So that's what whatever. I didn't even click at the link. I don't know whether it's going to Ticketmaster or StubHub or ESPN's own thing or whatever. But yeah, so to make it to a Georgia Trash Down South at Georgia State game this Thursday, if you buy tickets through ESPN, which don't do that, they're $38 starting. But on Saturday when we play at Trash Down South, tickets starting as low as $7.
Things are more expensive in the city, I guess, huh?
The inflation from South Georgia to Metro Atlanta to downtown Atlanta is significant.
It's just TDS. Nobody wants to go there, so.
Are they talking smack now or no? Are they quiet?
I've heard very, very little from anybody in the Trash Down South in any sport for quite some time.
I've mostly removed myself from any place where they might talk smack, and so because it got old, I was like, well, this is boring. I'd rather just talk smack to, you guys, and just have them not be able to say anything back.
Even on the social media type things, you still get, if you look on Twitter, you'll see some things here and there. But for the most part, on the Sunbelt message board, on the Sunbelt Discord, other things, if you see a TDS person posting anything, it's nothing really like that bad, or they're actually showing respect for the conference and they're including Georgia State in that respect for the conference, which is really weird.
I think a lot of the most toxic ones got booted from a lot of places because they were just assholes.
I don't think they were booted themselves. I think that they booted themselves because they're like, I've got nothing I can say anymore. Everything that I've said in the past
I've used all the content.
Wrong.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's until we win the Sunbelt Championship. Then they'll come back out.
So that actually kind of leads into another thing I want to talk about is the new schools announced last week that they were going to be joining the Conference USA schools. So they're going to be joining. And part of what the Trash kids are saying is like how strong the East Division is versus the West Division. And I mean, obviously the East got 3 more teams versus the West just getting the 1, but the West is pretty weak to begin with. So I had put my notes down to talk about officially like a realignment's over. These teams are coming. It's all good to go.
Bum, bum, bum.
And then Conference USA today releases their schedule and includes all 3 of those teams on the conference and said that legal matters will be taken into the hands, and
those are just scheduled tweets. I'm just kidding. Yeah. They're petty. They're just like the Colonial Athletic, essentially.
I mean, there's no way they didn't have like another schedule worked up that they sent the other schools and said, look, if this doesn't work out, this is what the schedule is.
So that's my point, Ryan. Like all this does, because obviously we know these schools are coming. They're going to pay some money, or ESPN's going to pay some money, or the Sunbelt's going to pay some money. Anyhow, Conference USA is going to get some money. All they're really doing right now is just screwing with all the fans of their current members. Because like I posted it in our text, UAB released their schedule, and it was really just like a regular kind of like just texty kind of schedule, nothing, no fancy graphics. And their game versus Marshall and their game versus Southern Miss was kind of like the little texty oopsie guy, like I don't know what's gonna happen.
Guy emoji.
The shrugging guy emoji, yeah. Like maybe we're playing this team, but you take these 3 teams out, how much can you actually handle? Like slotting in different schools in those weeks, your schedules for all these schools is going to change dramatically once 3 teams drop out, especially on the east side. UAB only had the 2. What happens to the schools on the east side of the conference? So all they're really doing is screwing over their existing schools' fan bases, which
maybe they can't release graphics, right? They can't put a schedule graphic up because they're going to have to change it.
No, they got to do it, man. You got to commit. You got to go all in.
Just put asterisks next to every team that's probably leaving.
Nah, I mean, so that is what they're just looking for, more money. I don't think they're trying to screw over the fans or anything. They're just looking to.
No, I'm not saying they're trying to, but that's what the result is. Because me, when I get a schedule come out, I don't care if it's February. For us, it's March when it comes out in the Sun Belt. But these games that happen in September and October, I mean, I'm booking my plans. I'm like, I'm flying to this one, or I'm driving to this one, or I'm doing a bus to this one. I'm making my plans. Right. There's people who go to all these games and they're trying to figure that out. And they're like, I have no idea.
Well, I mean, and Sunbelt's going to put their schedule out in 2 weeks, I think. I saw announced was
March 1st is the expected date, which I think is a Tuesday, which would be fantastic, which means we can talk about the schedule the entire day. entire evening.
Entire
Well, no, but if
podcast.
they put out, see,
Yeah.
the thing is if the CUSA schedule isn't fixed, and then we put out CUSA, the CUSA teams that are coming, then I don't mind talking about that because I think it's funny as shit.
Yeah, it'll be good.
It's
It'll
like
be good.
the itty bitty conferences are just having their little drama, and it's really cute and funny. It's great.
It is kind of amusing that Conference USA stole so many teams from Sunbelt, back, which what got us into the Sunbelt, and now they're kind of like suing us to keep teams from coming over to our side.
You can't go back there.
Yeah,
all those schools can stay.
I don't know how much of that kind of plays into it. A lot of people in social media side seems to think that these presidents and athletic directors remember what happened back when, and they're being petty about stuff. Like, well, the 3 schools that are coming weren't the schools that left. It does kind of explain maybe why Western Kentucky and Middle Tennessee were not extended invites, but I think we got, outside of JMU and ODU, I think we got the stronger programs. I'd rather have Marshall and Southern Miss than have Middle Tennessee and Western Kentucky.
I like to hope that we aren't being petty like that, like that the conference mates and presidents and stuff aren't doing that. But from what I've seen from other conferences, like it just, from CAA and now CUSA, it's like, I wouldn't put it past them. It seems like there's some petty minds when it comes to that kind of stuff.
So that's part of the thing now is like there's only 5 members of the current Conference USA that can even make a vote on what they do. So, because you have the kids that are leaving for the Atlantic or the American Conference, and you have the 3 that are coming to Sunbelt. So none of those schools get a vote on what happens with the conference.
Have you confirmed that?
Yes, I have confirmed that.
All
if I'm to understand what I read on the internet, then that is a confirmed. it's once you've announced your intention of leaving, you forego your voting rights.
All right.
So that means it's La Tech, Western Kentucky, Middle Tennessee, UTEP, and whichever F blank U didn't go to American.
FIU.
Hey man, F you.
FIU.
Right back at you. So so it's basically those 5 schools saying we want money, like just give us money.
Lots of money.
Yeah. John, I know it's FIU. I like to make fun of the fact that they're the exact same school. I've got no idea the difference between them.
Man, there must be an echo on this podcast.
Oops. Well, I heard you too. I just want to acknowledge that John said something. I want him to feel involved.
John's our stat checker, isn't he?
That's right.
Official.
We didn't get there. He was right there with the answer.
Exactly.
Well, I feel bad for Western Kentucky and Middle Tennessee. I mean, they just they didn't get shafted. They shafted themselves.
Do you really feel bad for them?
Well, geographically speaking, I like the teams we're adding. They are far away. Western Kentucky and Middle Tennessee would have been more geographically fit for our conference, but the teams we're adding are better. So,
do you think ODU and James Madison are better ads than Western Kentucky and Middle Tennessee?
No, actually, they're about equal the way they're all playing right now. Marshall, that's the better get, and Southern Miss.
Marshall and Southern Miss would be UAB would have been my top get from Conference USA, and then probably Marshall, Southern Miss, and even East Carolina. Any one of those 3, I'd be happy to get from. Well, but East Carolina's American, doesn't matter.
They wouldn't come back. This far.
Yeah. So Marshall or Southern Miss would have been
right.
Yeah. UAB we always knew was on the fast track to the American. Sorry, go ahead, Tim. I keep interrupting.
I love UAB. No, I want to be with them wherever they are. We can't do it.
I love them. I want to be with them.
Yeah.
It's a day after Valentine's. They don't love me.
They definitely don't. They didn't make us a package deal to American. Why didn't they?
It's not like they don't love us. They just don't think very much of us.
No.
We've got a 4-game series with them coming up in future years. So hopefully we can turn that into some form of a rivalry. They're too close of a school for us not to play on a regular basis.
Yeah, I guess when you're looking at, Conference USA and what could have happened, once you add Marshall, you're already that far north, so you might as well add the ODU and the JMU, right?
My problem with the way it rolled out is look at App State. Appy State. I don't want to make them happy at all.
The whiny goats.
Appy State is dead center in the Eastern Division of the new Sun Belt. They are the ones that won out when you talk about geographic location. Georgia State lost out. We went we went from having our furthest Eastern Division schools being 5.5 hours, 6 hours to now 8 to 9 hours away. We're the most Western school in the East Division by all accounts. So it's good. We don't travel out to the Western Division as much as we used to, but also we don't play Troy, which is a Uber ride to the stadium.
And we play in a super hard division. We need Troy.
We need Troy
to beat up on.
John says it's more App State pandering. Matthew agrees with him. Yeah,
the conference does like App.
Well, one of the things I was reading about was the way this whole thing played out, at least from the Marshall perspective, was Marshall has been wanting to get an Eastern Division, an Eastern Conference for a long time, and so they were one of the ones that pushed hard for ODU to move up to FBS and to get Conference USA to let them join in as FBS, and I think Charlotte as well. And that kind of created some kind of, I guess, chemistry between the athletic departments. So when Marshall was wanting to come to Sunbelt, they kind of made a stipulation that ODU and James Madison needed to come along with them as a kind of a package deal. And that's what I've not liked about the whole deal. It's like, no, you come to me because we invited you, not because you're like strong arming us. And the fact that they forced two other programs into the East, I'm not a big fan of that. So yeah, see, Matthew agrees with me. Yeah, we went from center of the East, but now division outlier. Thank you very much. Yes.
So they're just prepared for us to move up to American. What's really going on?
No, Big 12. American's out. We're going to Big 12 now.
Oh yeah, we're skipping everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
It'll be Georgia Tech to SEC and us to.
No. If Georgia Tech goes to SEC, then we go to ACC.
ACC. Never mind, because it's Georgia Tech to Big 12. That's the move, and then it's us to ACC.
Well, that would make what's his guy's name? The book writer, the guy, the older dude on. Yeah,
Panther Pride.
That's what he's looking
Panther
for.
Pride, no. Yeah, no. He keeps on saying that we need to be in ACC.
ACC, yeah.
And he used to say ACC, and everyone would reply back, "You mean AAC?" He's like, "No." So now when he posts, he's like,
"I did
ACC.
that.
I did not say that incorrectly. I mean, Georgia State needs to be in the ACC." I'm like, all right.
I didn't know the guy. I just thought he made a mistake on the keyboard, and then it was just like this long message about no ACC, blah blah blah. We're the best. We need to act like the best and all that stuff, which is great. I wish he was our athletic director and we had lots of money.
Yeah. Also, the ACC is not the best. So I mean, if you want the best, it's a different conference.
SEC, but yeah.
Therefore, in the ACC, all you have to do is beat Clemson, and we're in the college football playoff every year.
Maybe. Plenty of teams beat Clemson and don't go to the playoff.
Thanks for ruining my joke.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird.
There was I think I'm gonna beat that one to death, right?
Yeah, probably.
We're 38 moments. There's one other thing I want to. I put a note for this because it came out like last week right after we recorded, but I didn't go through it at all. But ESPN put out their preseason projections for 2022, and their second best team in the state is Georgia State.
All right, nice.
Yeah. So
what ranking are? I mean, is it? I guess it's a numbered ranking, 1 to 130 or whatever it is now. 131, 130.
Yeah, how many teams are there going to be? Well, JMU will be added in there.
So 131, I guess.
So I'm going to log back into my ESPN Plus account because it forgot that. Why does it forget?
I like to say, once you're past like the 1 through 10 or 1 through 12, like even in the top 25, like, I mean, it doesn't mean a whole lot. Any team after that can beat any other team after that.
True. Matt pointed out that's Grid Pan. Is the
Grid Pan, yeah. On there. Let's see, where is it? I really should have looked this up before I brought it up on here, but yeah.
So, I mean, I ask questions, and that's always the fatal flaw when Ryan gets interested and asks questions.
Don't ask David for details.
I shouldn't have brought up. Normally, when I see these kind of things, I'll go through and I'll put together like how we rank in the state and how we rank in the conference and with the out of conference games and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't do it. I didn't. Maybe I'll do it next week. We'll see. You know what? Just go read ESPN. Just go read. There's an ESPN article. I'll put it in the description or something. So, yeah. All right, we got anything else?
I don't have anything.
For 40 minutes in, we're good. We can talk about the weird statement that the App State announcers made in our basketball game on last call.
Okay, because I don't know what that is.
I haven't heard about this either. This is all going to be news to me.
All right, there was two quick things is softball started last week. Forgot to mention that last week.
Did we win?
Tennis is playing.
Won the first game, and then lost the following 4.
Oh,
but
that's a lot of games in that amount of time. Goodness.
Yeah, softball it looks like does a lot of doubleheader type things, a lot of games. So they won their first game 12-3, and then lost. That
was all the points they had right there. 12 points.
There's no points in baseball, Ryan. Grow up. They lost 2 to Stetson, 1 to Indiana State, and 1 to Delaware. But then they're back on Wednesday tomorrow for us, and then baseball starts. Baseball starts this Friday.
David, you're not always funny, but that was good.
They have baseball has quite the countdown social post they're doing. Enjoying them.
I just watched Coach Stromdahl's press conference, preseason press conference interview before coming on here while Ryan was learning how to do his dog tricks or whatever he's training. He's under
learning how to scrum.
That is
he's learning safe words.
I'm learning how to scrum safely.
I like Coach Stromdahl. I liked Coach Brady as well, but I like Stromdahl. He was a good watch on the press conference. Seems like a good baseball coach. Talked about how strong the conference was, the out of conference schedule was last year, and how tough that was, and how that made him stronger, and about the guys we got on the field this year. I'm looking forward to seeing what it is. They actually have a decent weather for their games. They're not playing 30-degree February weather on Friday, so they actually have some decent baseball weather. Good for them. I want to try to get out to at least a couple of games this season. We had fun last year? It was last year, right, Tim?
It was last year, yeah.
We went down there. Hopefully I can try to not get kicked out this time.
But I mean, are you really having fun if you don't get kicked out?
Oh, I did not get kicked out, and I did have fun.
We had lots of fun going back to the car between innings and drinking.
If they start keeping people from going in and out, we'll know that was because of us.
Pretty much. They're like stamp your hand, like, no, you can't come back in.
Exactly. I'm like, what if I bring you a beverage, sir? But
no, everybody likes a beverage.
I want to try to get out to a couple of games. It's just I've been looking at the schedule, and it's just with everything else going on, it's tough. But we'll figure something out. We'll do a little tailgate out there for something. So anyhow, that's good, right?
Yeah, I want to hear about this App State announcement.
Me too. So let's do it on last call. If you want to listen to it. So this is one thing I keep on forgetting to mention on our Patreon stuff, as I say we do. So patreon.com/State of Atlanta. You can find our last call. It's available for free. You get it early if you're a member. You also get to watch it as we talk about it, like we're doing here on our live stream. So it's available to all of our Patreon members as we talk about it. You also get discounts, merchandise, and whatever crap else we do. So please consider joining. $3 a month, patreon.com/State of Atlanta. Even if you don't join, you can find Last Call there. And we will talk to you guys after we beat down the trash down south this week. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Peace.